How would you like to win free tools from over 30 companies? Stay tuned after this tool haul and find out how you can win all of them. Nuts, bolts, with Tone here, guys, and 50,000 subscribers. I finally hit it. I am so excited. Thank you to everyone that has watched my videos, liked my videos, subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. I started YouTube to help people out, and I continue to do so. And I'm excited to help somebody out with this tool haul. I've got a giant tool haul with at least 30 companies, and someone is going to win every single one of these prizes. But before we get started, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you definitely don't want to miss. Let's jump right in. First up, we have something from Koken Tools. And I would like to say thank you to every single company that has donated to this giveaway, and starting with Koken Tools. Now, Koken Tools makes these amazing nut grip sockets. I'm not going to take it out of the package. It's all still brand new. This is a 3/8 drive set. It goes 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So it's only missing a 9, and that's it. So nut grip, if you're not familiar with it, we've got this ring around the edge right here. And so inside of your socket, there is a ball on one side and a ball on the other. And there's a ring that squeezes those two balls together. So when you have a fastener that, let's say, maybe you don't have magnetic sockets, and or you have magnetic sockets and it's not a steel bolt. It doesn't attach to a magnet. So what you do is you push it inside the socket, and those balls push out, and they keep tension on the bolt or the nut or the fastener, whatever, and they hold it in. And then you can get going, and then you pull your socket off, and then boom, it's started. So nut grips are awesome. They have a ton of different nut grips. They have quarter drive nut grips. They have E-Torques, universals, extra deep. They have all kinds. So when you go to Koken Tools, use code Nuts and Bolts with Tone for 10% off at checkout. And thank you, Koken Tools. Somebody is going to be super stoked to get this. Next up, we have Sunex Tools. I'm going to show you a little clip of the off-road jack they're donating, the air blow gun, and the mag mat. Not this one. I got one that's brand. They're going to be sending you a brand spanking new. This is one for home. This is awesome. You put it on, you stick it to something metal, and then you can put all your sockets, your pliers, put all kinds of stuff on here. It's pretty awesome. At work, got this stuck to the lift arm, and got my S-hook right there attached to the lift arm, so I can just grab it, pull those control arms down, and get it going. Thank you, Sunex Tools, for donating to the giveaway. I appreciate it. Sunex Tools is throwing in a 2-ton off-road jack just like that. It comes with an extension, like right there in the middle, that makes it a super tall jack. It's got a really nice handle, and that's going to be coming straight from Sunex Tools. Sunex Tools is also throwing in this 1/4 inch blowgun kit right here. This thing is awesome. It has a whole bunch of different attachments. You can do detailing right there in the middle. I mean, look at all those attachments. You got the big one at the bottom for high airflow. You got a little pinpoint one. You got ones with the long tip. You do all kinds of stuff with this. TOOLBOX Widget makes awesome modular sets. They have socket, pliers, screwdrivers. They have all kinds, large angled pliers. They have a ton of different stuff. They have grip mats, and TOOLBOX Widget's going to be donating a bundle to the lucky women. The TOOLBOX Widget is throwing in a bundle, and you can organize your sockets like that, your wrenches like that, your pliers like that.
Step will be a gift certificate to STS Auto Design.
Just like
quite
that.
Narrowed that down yet, but it will be a gift certificate of some sort. If you use code Nuts and Bolts with Tone at STS Auto, you get 10% off. They have all your needs for mag packs, battery magnets. There's my GBX 155 held up by magnets. You got the chargers, all mag packs for everything. And they do it for all the manufacturers. They also make an updated trigger for a couple of the Milwaukee models.
So the next thing we have is a set from CARBYNE Tools. CARBYNE Tools has donated a 62-piece master Torx bit
socket set, external torque set. These things are awesome. All my CARBYNE, all my torques, hex, everything is from CARBYNE Tools. So they'll be sending this to the lucky winner as well. Thank you, CARBYNE Tools.
Now, I hadn't even taken this out of the box until now because I wanted to show you. This is an awesome smoke machine. It is from Autoline Pros. Thank you very much, Autoline Pros. This is the Ventus, and this thing is awesome. We use this at work. Man, this thing is really, really cool and very impressive. So here's what it looks like right here. So you've got your, this is your ball right here for your leak detection, so you can see how much of a leak you have, or if you have a sealed system. This is your fluid level for your oil, which is awesome. I wish all smoke machines had an oil level indicator on the smoke machines. They just don't do it. You just have to, if no smoke's coming out, you got to add oil. Anyways, so it's really simple up top. You got one side where you put this is where your power button is, and you can close it to keep it sealed. This is where you're going to pour in your liquid, and also where you're going to plug in your adapter to smoke test it. The other really cool thing is this thing, it also runs it off, you got a USB-C right there. And what's really cool about this is it's all backlit. When you turn this on, it's going to be all lit like a light LED, real light LED color. And so you can see all this. It actually looks really cool. So really cool presentation. This thing is metal. It comes with a hook that you attach right here, so you can hang it under the hood, plug in there, and then go right to your evap system or whatever and find your leak. So thank you, Autoline Pros. Next up, we have from OMT Tools. Now, I actually just ordered one of these. It's on the way from OMT Tool. So OMT Tool is Orion Motor Tech. They make a lot of really cool stuff. I have a really nice fuel gauge disconnect set from them, or fuel line disconnect set. They also make a ton of timing tools. If you need timing tools, OMT, they make some really cool ones. So this has got all your different pullers. We got a pitman arm puller. We got tie rod pullers. We've got all kinds of stuff for popping front ends loose. Really cool set right there. OMT. I also have a really nice set of AC gauges at the shop. It's really nice because that way I don't have to hook up a whole entire AC machine just to do a quick AC check. Because we have a lot of techs and only a few AC machines. So sometimes you're waiting for a while for AC. Next up is from DYVO. Now it comes in a little handy dandy little pouch here. And this is just a lead set. So you got a bunch of different leads here. We got small and large alligator clips. You got regular leads and back probe pins. And you got a couple of leads, red and black. So just a couple little leads there. That's from DYVO. DYVO makes a really awesome tester that you can plug in that loads the system. It tells you hook up battery voltage to one side, and then you hook up to the circuit on the other. Let's say you got like an evap vent solenoid that's not working. You just back probe right in. You got the power and the ground. And the DYVO will tell you on one side what battery power is, and on the other side it'll show you what your battery side's reading and what your ground side's reading. You turn that vent solenoid on. If both voltages light up with a green, then you know that you got good power, you got good ground, and it loaded the wires. So you know that not only is your PCM good, your wiring is good, and everything is good up to that vent solenoid. So if it's not working, probably the vent solenoid. So anyways, so that is from DYVO. Next up is from CHANNELLOCK. Thank you very much, CHANNELLOCK. I've been using CHANNELLOCK pliers since I started. So 20 years ago, I think my first set of of big pliers were CHANNELLOCKs, and I think we just called them CHANNELLOCKs because that's just the one pliers that you had. And back in the day, I don't think they had a gazillion types. So these are the 442s. They are 12-inch and they're 2 1/4. So that's them right there, brand new in the package. Super nice. They've got a little, if you can see that right there, kind of help grab the bolt. A little different than your traditional, just adjustable jawed, flat jaw or whatever. So these are going to really help you grab onto the bolts. So thank you, CHANNELLOCK. And one of the coolest things, got that American flag right there, made in the U.S. All right, so this is from LISLE, brand new in the package. Thank you very much, LISLE. I actually own all 3 of these different disconnect pliers. These are the very first ones that they came out with. So these have a wide section here with little grippy teeth. And then they have a little skinny piece like this. And so what it does is it grabs onto the back side of the connector, and it's got the little grippies to get in there and grab it. And on the other side, you got a little nub, and that nub is going to push the connector pin down. And it's going to give, you ever have those connectors where you're trying to push them, and you just can't quite push it just enough. You got to get a pocket screwdriver or a pick to give it a little just to get it to come off. Well, not with these. You grab a hold of them, it's going to depress that pin all the way, it's going to grab it, and then you can wiggle it off. So, and be sure to check out the other 2. They have another pair like this that's angled, and then they have another one that's a different style. So really cool. That's from Lyle. Thank you very much, Lyle. Somebody's getting hooked up. This is from Tech's Choice Tools. Well, it's a combo, actually. It's kind of from GRIPEDGE and Tech's Choice Tools at the same time. Tech's Choice Tools sent it to me. It's a GRIPEDGE tool. So here's the part number right here. So these are for stripped and rounded fasteners. So they have different ones. They have GRIPEDGE has them for Torx and hex and all kinds of stuff. So here is the set here, and it gives you the part number for each one. So this is a really cool set right here. It's nice. It's got a little green ring around there. That way you know it's GRIPEDGE. So 2, 4, 6, 7 piece set. Thank you, Tech's Choice Tools and GRIPEDGE. Also, man, you guys should really check out Tech's Choice Tools. They have a deal right now. It's going to be over by the time this comes out probably. But anyways, it's the Milwaukee M12 inside a ratchet with a free 5 amp high output battery. I've been wanting to get that set for a while. Been waiting for it to go on sale. Yesterday it hit social media and had to order it. So anyways, got that coming. I don't know how long it'll take, because, some stuff takes a while, especially when it's a deal like that. Next up is from TITE Reach. Now, TITE Reach makes lots of really cool stuff. But the first thing they ever made that I ever saw was a TITE Reach extension wrench. Except where I had the 3/8 DIY version. I bought it on Amazon. It looked really cool. And I thought it was just one of those tools that you wouldn't use all the time, but when you needed it, it would really come in handy. And it did a lot. Oh my God, it uses it a ton. Anyways, so this is the 3/8 drive Pro version. The Pro version is bigger than the DIY. It's heavier and it's beefier. So it's going to be stronger. Anyways, it comes with a bunch of adapters. So how this works is really cool. You have a 3/8 drive on one end and a 3/8 drive on the other. And it is a little under 12 inches long. So you ever have that time where you got something on the front of the engine and you're down there and you're just like one turn at a time, or you're turning like a long wrench and it's just taking forever? Well, you take one of these and you put your socket in one end, and the other end you hook it up to a ratchet, cordless ratchet, impact, whatever, and you just zap it here, and when you turn this turns. So that way, let's say you got a Springer fan clutch, is where I like to use them, 2.7, got an Allen on the front. It's really hard to get to. You can't pull the shroud out without taking off the fan clutch, and you can't take off the fan clutch without getting the shroud out. So it's kind of in the way. It's a pain. You don't have a lot of room. So you got to drop something down there, break that Allen loose, and then you got to walk that thing off, because once you break it loose, it's really loose. Like, it's not a hard turn. So it's really hard. So you put your Allen on one end, you drop this down, cordless ratchet, bzz, pull it out, magnet, pull the bolt out, fan clutch comes out, goes right back in. So this thing is a lifesaver, a time saver, and I mean, it's a moneymaker because, well, you're going to be on to the next job quicker. Next up is also from TITE Reach. Now, these are really cool. This is the upgraded version. I had the original version of these, and it worked, actually. I didn't have any problems, and they upgraded it, made it better. So these are the extension clamp 3-pack. So you got a long one, a medium, and a short one. So the way this works is you got these two little jaws, like that. All right, so you have hose clamp pliers that they're like this, and you pull the trigger, and they squeeze the hose clamps, and then they hold them, and then you can pull the hoses off. Well, these work in that similar way, except for you don't have a handle and the cable and all that. So let's say you have a bolt and it's a blind bolt, It's underneath an air box. Somebody's got an aftermarket air filter on, and you got a bolt that's underneath the air box, and you got to hold the bolt up, stick your hand all the way through with a nut, and then turn it to get it going. Well, and you can't really do all of that. You don't have a helper. So what you do is you just take this guy right here. You're going to take the small one in that case. This actually works on 6 liters. When people put aftermarket air filters in, it's just kind of, you're like that. Anyways, what you do is you take this and you put the bolt in that end, and you turn this little knob here, and as you turn it, the jaws come together, they squeeze down on the bolt, you take it out, now you've got more room, now you can hold it like this, slide it up in the hole, and then just like that. Or, it works really good on Hydro Boost hoses, the return hose. It's got a little hose clamp. That's what I use it for. Take this guy right here, you just clamp it down, holds the clamp, pull the hose off, you just leave it there on the hose, holding it, swap out your Hydro Boost, put the hose back on, undo the clamp, it's right back in place. So, awesome 3-pack from TITE Reach. Thank you very much, TITE Reach. Very cool company. I met them at SEMA, not this past year, but the year before. I didn't get to go this past year, so kind of bummed, but I will definitely be there this year. Next up is from TOPDON. This is a jump pack. It is the the Jump Surge 2000 or JS 2000. So this is really cool. This thing puts out quite a bit of amperage. They have all different levels. So 2000 amps, I believe, is what this puts out. And it's really nice because it shows you what the battery is at. So that way, if you're looking at it and you know you're going to need it later, you can check it. It's at 50%. You're going to plug it in, make sure it's fully charged. So brand new from TOPDON. Thank you very much, TOPDON. Now you better jump start your cars. Next up is from BKM brand. So I actually wear their hats all the time and their shirts. I'm a big fan of BKM. They got some really cool stickers. Some stuff I can't really post because I don't really post like anything bad. So anyways, got a couple cool stickers. So we got a couple hats. I'm going to let you pick which one you want. So whoever wins is going to pick one of these 2 hats. BKM brand. Okay. You got like a little brown, looks almost like it's like leather. And then this sticks out of the hat. This is really nice. So we got a couple of those. We got a tumbler, BKM tumbler. There's a coffee cup and a pen. So if somebody's going to win that, you just got to pick a hat and a couple stickers. So really nice. Thank you, BKM brand. You guys should go check them out. They have a lot of really cool stuff. I have a bunch of their hats. This is actually my favorite one right now. I wear this one all the time. And, you know, I had to represent Koken. It was the first tool I showed. So, you know, we had to do the Koken shirt. But I love my BKM brand. Next up, now my buddy just bought this. You know what's really cool is when someone buys something that you recommend and they come over to you and they're like, man, dude, I'm so glad that you told me about that because that thing is so convenient. So I always tell people about these ratchet knobs. And ratchet knob is just a little knob that goes over the end of the direction switcher for your cordless ratchet for Milwaukee or Snap-on, right? So sometimes, you know, you're in somewhere and your ratchet's backing up, your socket's on this side, you're backing up, and there's something here, and you just can't, and then you got to move it forward to get the ratchet that's stuck. And you got to take needle nose pliers to turn it. You can't get in there with your finger. And so anyways, with the ratchet knob just sits on, so if this is the lever that sticks out that you would turn to change direction, the ratchet knob just sits on like this, and it's a wheel, like a gear on the outside of your ratchet. So you can come from the side and you can just push it up, change direction, or pull it down. So they're really nice, and they are specific for Snap-on or Milwaukee, so you have to make sure you get the right one. So anyways, I got 3 here. I'm not sure which ones for what, but Ratchet Knob sent me out a few of these. So my coworker just actually recently bought these on the Cornwell truck. So if you have a Cornwell truck, your Cornwell truck might sell ratchet knobs. And speaking of that, if you guys like the Toolbox widget, Snap-on has become a partner. Well, not a partner. Snap-on carries Toolbox widget. So I have a bunch of buddies, and they went on the Snap-on truck and saw the Toolbox widget. My Snap-on guy doesn't come that often, so he came this last week, and I forgot to look. I was just so surprised that he came. Next up is from MAYHEW Tools. So So MAYHEW tools, a lot of their tools are made in the US and they're awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out of the package to show you. So a very long time ago, window regulators used to always be, not window regulators and a bunch of stuff used to be riveted in the door. I know some still are, but not as much. So we would have to drill out the rivets all the time, and it was, you have to take a punch and all that. Well, so they have these hammerless punches, right? So one of my coworkers a long time ago came over and said, hey man, here, drill the hole, and then you just take this and you hold on to it and you pull this and you let go and boom, it's a punch. So it's a two-sided punch. We have two different ones. You got a chisel on that one, got a flat punch on that one, and you got a little skinny flat punch on that one and a wider one on that one. So these things are awesome, hammerless punches, and they're by MAYHEW Tools. So MAYHEW Tools make so many awesome things. I have a big old Dominator pry bar from them. 58-inch pry bar, the thing's a beast. And we got some bolt breaker set here. These are something you put on your air hammer. And you put your socket on the end. So we got 1/4 and 3/8 and half. You put your 3/8, you put your 1/2-inch socket on there, and you put this on there, you put your air hammer on there. And it's got a spot for a wrench. And then while you're hitting with your air hammer, you're just applying pressure with a wrench. And so it's kind of just rattling it loose. So 2-pack set there. If you do big boy stuff, they have a 3/4 set. I don't do anything. I mean, I work on some stuff that big, but not a lot. And also a pack of the best zip ties you will ever use. Always use like Harbor Freight zip ties or whatever the shop had. I got some of these from MAYHEW Tools. I don't even use the shop ones anymore. These are awesome. They're high temp. They're not going to break on you. They're going to last. They're awesome. So next up is from BOLTSTER. So BOLTSTER has this bolt mat here. It is a silicone mat. Moves like this. It's chemical resistant. You can clean it with brake clean. You can do all that stuff. So it's got all these different holes in here, right? So what you do is you put your bolts in there. So let's say you got a timing cover that's got a bunch of different, the bolts are all different. Okay, and you don't want to try to remember which way they go. So all you do is you just lay this down. And what I do is I just recently did, I think it was a water pump, and it had a whole bunch of, all the bolts were different. So you just take the bolt, the mat like this, and you just start putting the bolts when you take them out. And so that way you take your bolt mat like this, you set it down, you look at it, and then you know exactly where all your bolts go. So thank you to BOLTSTER. They also make a bunch of other mats. They make BITSTERs. They just came out with a BITSTER 2.0. You're also going to get a little koozie and a paint marker. So thank you, BOLTSTER. Next up is from K-Tool International. So this is a set of extra long ratcheting wrenches. Now this set comes with, I think it's a 5-piece set. So I believe you got, I haven't opened it, still in the plastic, so I'm trying to, okay, so you have 8, 10, 12, 14, 13, 15, 16, 18, 17, and 19. So the normal set, extra long. It's got the little splined edge on there, the little shoulder. So funny story, a very, very, very long time ago, I was working with my buddy Henry, fastest guy I ever knew, and I had a PT Cruiser, and he goes, man, Tone, here. And he gave me a mountain wrench. No, easy red wrench then. Gave me an easy red wrench. Said, use this on this PT Cruiser. So I used it for the front of the dry belt system. Oh man, I bought a set right away. It was the best thing I ever had for something like that. And what made it so awesome was that you got the wrench and you also have this shoulder that sticks out. And that shoulder gives you more area to get on the bolts and get inside pulleys and stuff. So I bought it because of PT Cruisers, and it's made me money ever since. Now I think my set now is like, I think it's Easy Red, I think it's Mountain, and I might even have another brand because it's been warranted a bunch of times, and they're all different companies now. So anyways, next set is from Capri Tools, and this is a thin wrench set. If you don't have any thin wrenches, you're missing out. You ever do brakes on, I think, a GM, and you got the bolt, the caliper slide, and it's got the bolt on there, and it's spinning, it's behind the caliper, and there's not enough room to get a regular wrench in there, and it's too tight to get pliers. Well, these wrenches, they slide right in and they grab them. Another really good use of these is you got an old Chevy motor or a 6-liter Power Stroke, and you're taking off a ground nut the nut is held on to a stud. And you go to take that stud off, and here comes you go to take the nut off, and the stud's coming up with it, wrapping the ground strap around your ratchet. You can't get a wrench in there, it's so small. This 10mm wrench will fit right in there. 6 liter, got that problem? You just come get this 10 milli, it's gonna go right in there, it's gonna hold it, you're gonna zap it off, no problem. Thank you, Capri Tools. Next up, we have from OLSA Tools. They sent a box of their tool clean or hand cleaning wipes, or hand and tool wipes. I was reading it at the same time backwards in the camera, and a bolt head size finder. You ever have that time you got the bolt and you're not sure what it is, and you walk all the way out to the car and you look, you're like, oh, I think it's a 15. And you get out there and you're like, oh crap. Oh, okay, maybe it's a 16. Then you go and you get a 16. You walk all the way out there, and then you realize, oh, it's standard. Well, you just take this little guy right here and you put it on the bolt head, and then you look right here and it'll tell you what size it is. Metric, standard, you know, whatever. Next up, I know, thought we were done, huh? There's a lot. Next up is from GATOR Magnets, and this is a 4 set of different magnetic hooks. I'm not going to take them out, they're all packaged up. But anyways, from GATOR Magnets, those are awesome. Have a whole bunch of my tools hanging in my locker or in my hutch with GATOR Magnets. And the last thing is a WorkStar light visor from MAXXEON. 600 lumens. Boom. So super stoked. I have actually some really cool lights from MAXXEON. I've got this Max Force WorkStar light. I can't remember the names of stuff. Anyways, it's a light that pivots, and then I got like a little neck lights and a little Luma stick that it closes up. You open it up. It's small. It's compact. It goes inside doors. So anyways, that is the tool haul that, I mean, I'm excited to have these tools, but I'm sending them to somebody. Somebody's winning all of this. One package. Well, it might be in a couple packages, but somebody's winning all of them. So I will be doing this giveaway on March 8th. One lucky winner is going to win. And how do you enter to win? You drop a comment down below and cross your fingers. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now, a couple things. You must be subscribed to me on YouTube, and you must live in the continental United States. That's the only 2 stipulations. Thank you very much for everyone that has watched my channel, subscribed to my channel, interacted with me in any of my videos through comments or anything. I appreciate it. And I'm super stoked to be able to help people, and I'm looking forward to continuing on. Good luck. See you guys on Saturday.